All right, let's dive in. Artificial intelligence is moving so fast, right? It's embedding itself into pretty much everything we do. But here's the big question, the one we really need to ask. Are we building all this incredible stuff on a secure foundation? That's what we're tackling today. This brand new frontier of AI security and, all the wild challenges that come with it.
So just so you know, this is the first part of a whole 10-part series. We're going to start with a big picture overview today. Think of this as our roadmap for the journey ahead. And it's all based on a super detailed report from Virtualization Options LLC.
And this really gets to the core of it, doesn't it? AI is already running so much of our world. But can we trust it? Is it actually secure? And look, this isn't just some techie question for engineers. It's about how much faith we can put in these incredibly powerful systems that we're creating. And believe me, the stakes are sky high. We've moved way beyond AI that just suggests what movie to watch next. We're talking about AI that's right there in the middle of medical diagnoses, financial markets, even our power grids. It's woven so deeply into everything that honestly, even a tiny vulnerability could have a massive, massive ripple effect. Okay, this right here really nails the core issue. Securing AI isn't just like cybersecurity 2.0, it's a completely different sport. Think about it. Traditional software is predictable. It follows a set of rules. But AI, it's designed to learn, to adapt, to evolve on its own. So how in the world do you lock down something that's constantly changing by its very nature? All right, so to even start to tackle this, we need to speak the language. We've got to get on the same page with some key terms that really define how the bad guys think about attacking these AI systems. Let's break this down real quick. First, you've got the attack vector. That's the how, the specific path or method an attacker uses to get in. Then there's the attack surface. That's the where. Think of it as all the possible doors and windows, APIs, places you upload data, you name it. And finally, the threat vector. This is the why and who. What's the attacker's motive? What's their big picture strategy? Getting these three straight is absolutely critical if you want to build any kind of real defense. Okay, so we've got the lingo down, but what does this actually mean? What's really on the line? Well, think about it. If a medical AI gets hacked, we're talking about real human lives. If a financial AI gets messed with, you could crash entire markets. This isn't about stolen passwords anymore. This is about physical safety and, honestly, the survival of entire organizations. And this next part is where it gets really eye-opening. Get ready for this number. 97%. That's right. 97% of organizations are using public, off-the-shelf AI models. Just let that sink in. Almost everyone is using the same foundational blocks. We basically built this huge shared vulnerability across the entire industry without even having a solid plan to protect it. And you can bet attackers are taking advantage of this. Check this out. Nearly half, 45%, of all AI security incidents in 2024 came from malicious models that were just downloaded from public places. It's a supply chain nightmare, but for AI. The very code, the very foundation people are building on, can be rotten from the start. But wait, there's more. A full third of AI breaches targeted the tools we're all getting used to, chatbots, and how they plug into everything else. It's a classic trade-off, right? They're super convenient, but that convenience is opening up a whole new set of doors for attackers to walk right through. So you see the numbers, right? The picture is pretty concerning, and it just leads to the big question. Why is this so ridiculously hard? Why are the old security playbooks that we've relied on for years just not cutting it anymore? Well, it really comes down to three main reasons. First, these systems are just incredibly complex and always changing. Second, there are huge gaps in just seeing what's going on, a lack of visibility. And third, our old tools, well, they just weren't built for this kind of battle. Okay, let's talk about that first point, the complexity. AI models are always learning from new data. That means their behavior is constantly shifting. Trying to set a security baseline is like trying to draw a map of a river that's constantly changing its course. It's a moving target. An attacker could just feed it bad data bit by bit over months, and the model would slowly go off the rails, and you'd probably never even notice. Then there's the visibility problem. Basically, we've got huge blind spots. A lot of companies don't even have a clear map of all the AI they're using, and that's before we even get to what they call shadow AI. That's when employees just start using whatever AI tools they want without approval. And get this, 88% of IT leaders are seriously concerned about it. And why wouldn't they be?
You can't protect something if you don't even know it's there. And the final piece of the puzzle? Our tools are out of date. Using a traditional firewall to stop an AI attack is like trying to catch mist in a net. It just wasn't designed for it. These tools are completely blind to these new, tricky AI-native attacks, things like adversarial perturbations, which are basically tiny invisible changes to a file that completely trick the AI, or they can't tell if the data the model learned from was poisoned from day one.
So here's the bottom line. We can't just slap a few patches on our old security systems and call it a day. That's not going to work. This requires a fundamental shift, a whole new playbook for security. We have to move away from building walls and start thinking about constant monitoring with tools that are actually built for the world of AI.
And that really brings us to the new philosophy, summed up perfectly here. The future isn't about building a perfect, unbreakable fortress, because frankly, that's probably impossible. The real goal is resilience. It's about building systems that can take a punch, learn from it, recover, and come back even stronger. It's this constant loop of defending, learning, and improving, and that's exactly what we're going to dig into for the rest of this series.